Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com. It is April 26, 2013, and in this short YouTube video I want to talk to you about what the best bikes are to consider if you're on the tall side, okay? Most fitness equipment companies, most indoor cycling manufacturers, they build their bikes for people who are 5'10", 5'11", or if you're a female, 5'6", 5'7", and they work their way backwards and they work their way forwards. So if you're on the petite side, you tend to get whacked in the lower back. If you're on the tall side, you tend to whack your knees on the backs of the handlebars. If you're on the tall side, you're going to want a bike that has a handlebar that at least moves forward, okay? A lot of these bikes appear to have a handlebar that moves forwards and backwards. But guess what, folks? A lot of these handlebars don't move backwards. They only move to a neutral position, okay? Here's the spinner blade, neutral position, that's it. That's like having a handlebar that doesn't move back and forth at all. It's fixed, okay? So if you're on the tall side, this is not an issue for you because the handlebars on these bikes always move forward. They just don't typically always move backwards, okay? So I would look at a bike with a, you could start with like the new Spinner Edge, which has a fore and aft handlebar that moves forwards but not backwards. The Spinner Edge, again, actually, where are they? Let's take a peek. This is a Sprint. That's a Sprint. Let's see if we can find a home version bike. There's a Pace. Anyways, Mad Dog Athletics and Spinning.com have a new generation of home bikes for 2012, 2013 that really are exceptional. Much different from their fits and their paces in terms of quality, etc. This is a Arrow. The Arrow has a fore and aft handlebar. So that would be one bike to consider. If you are on the bigger, heavier side, you're probably going to want to buy a bike that's commercial, because commercial bikes have much higher weight limits, and you can mash the crap out of them, and you're not going to run the risk of snapping a crank arm off the bike. One of my favorite bikes for shorter and taller riders, and since we're talking about taller riders, is going to be one of the Schwinn ACs. The ultimate fore and aft handlebar equipped bike for a taller person is going to be the Schwinn AC Performance Plus. Why? ISIS bottom bracket, bomb proof, can't snap a crank. It could be a 500-pound masher. The AC Performance Plus has absolutely the most badass, dynamic, most evolved handlebar design on the planet, period. The AC Performance Plus has perimeter weighting in the flywheel, which produces aggressive inertia. That's super important because if you're a non-cyclist or you're a runner or you're getting older like me, you want perimeter weighting that produces aggressive inertia because human beings don't automatically bring a good pedal stroke to the table. That's a flat, skinny flywheel, okay? That's a flat, skinny flywheel, okay? Here's a couple of bikes with the lightest, flattest, skinniest, most lightweight flywheels there are. Empty, hollow pedal stroke, Stairmaster producing drivetrain from my perspective, from what I've witnessed, okay? You want a bike that's got perimeter weighting. Perimeter weighting in turn produces aggressive inertia. Aggressive inertia takes the choice away from the rider. You automatically develop a pedal stroke when you have a bulk of weight on the outside edge of the flywheel. That's what separates indoor cycling bikes from exercise bikes as far as I'm concerned. In fact, when Johnny G created spinning here in West LA almost 20 years ago, I managed Beverly Hills Bike Shop, and I was selling him parts before Schwinn ever made the very first production commercial indoor spinning bike. And the thing that he was searching for that made the bike feel like his road bike, he didn't know what he was looking for, but when he bolted a perimeter weighted cast iron flywheel into the bike generated aggressive inertia. Combine that with manually applied resistance, he could simulate pretty much any ride condition on that bike he wanted. And he was training for the race across America, and he wanted to be close to his family while his ass was on a bike seat 5 to 10 hours a day. Okay, so Schwinn and Star Trek, those are the two companies that produce chain-driven, fixed-gear, perimeter-weighted, aggressive inertia, ass-kicking bikes. Okay, Schwinn and Star Trek. All right. So if you're on the tall side, I would start, depending on your weight. If you're thin and tall and strong, AC Sport, great choice. Again, it's April 26, 2013. This bike's on special right now at $1249 shipped with a lifetime warranty. We pro-build it, we disassemble it, we optimize it. $1250, okay? Best bang for the buck, the most expensive bang for the buck, Schwinn AC Performance Plus. And again, if you look under demo or certified pre-owned, we have AC Performance Pluses for a very limited time, very limited quantity. The bike with a $500 computer shipped after the Tour de Pure charity event on May 19th at $1395. This is the Schwinn AC Performance. This bike is officially discontinued as of now. The AC lineup consisted of the AC Sport, which is gray and steel, the AC Performance, which is white and aluminum. Call 99.9% of the websites, ask them the difference between the Sport and the Performance. They're going to tell you the color's different. Or if they have a little bit of knowledge base, they're going to say one is steel and one is aluminum. The big difference, structurally, the Sport has a 1-inch square stainless tower in the handlebar and seat. The AC Performance, which is now the AC Performance Plus, has about a 4-inch deep seat and handlebar tube. The interface space is greater, so the structural integrity and the amount of tolerance after you choose your height in the seat tower and the handlebars is much, much greater. How does that translate? The AC Sport could potentially have a little bit of wobble. AC Performance Plus, solid as an ox. Here's some phone numbers for you. This is directly to me. Home office, 888-909-BIKE. Cell phone, 818-470-2204. My office here in Hawthorne, where you can typically reach me late afternoons and evenings, most nights of my life, 310-973-BIKE. Take a look around this place. Clearly, we are not a fitness equipment company. Okay? When you buy a bike from us, we unbox it, we disassemble it, we go through it. Then it's any issues we find, we correct, and believe me, folks, we find issues with all mass-produced commercial pieces. Once all that's done, the bike's fully built. Last thing that happens is my ass is on the seat. No one rides and tunes in my company except for me. Once the bike gets the final stamp of approval, it gets racked, and it's ready to go into one of our 2 retail stores. We have the only brick and mortar indoor cycling specific retail stores in the world, one in Laguna Niguel, one in Venice. Click the locations button at StudioCycles.com to find out about that. If it's a consumer purchase, we do a partial disassembly, and it's easy to put it back together. You could train a monkey to bolt a spin bike together. We overpackage, double box, and ship FedEx. Okay, again, phone numbers. Home office for me, 888-909-BIKE. Cell phone, 818-470-2204. My office in Hawthorne, 310-973-BIKE. Do not buy your bike based on price alone, and beware of refurbished bikes from giant used fitness equipment companies, no matter what their claims are, especially if you hear terms like the bike's been cleaned and serviced or it's been cleaned and inspected. Turn and run for the frickin' hills, okay? That's what you do. I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness, especially you taller folks.